Hi everyone, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi Neha, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. What about you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for joining back.
Thank you, ma'am.
How's your day going so far?
Ma'am, today is Rakhi, ma'am.
Right.
I tied Rakhi to my brothers.
Oh, nice. So you're celebrating Raksha Bandhan at home.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do they live in the same city?
No, ma'am. Actually, my elder brother came to my home, so I tied today morning.
Oh, that's nice. So how many brothers do you have?
I have only one brother, but in my cousins, I have so many brothers.
Okay. So did all of them come, or to
Only two members, ma'am.
two of them came? Okay, nice. So, what special are you all doing today? What else do you do to celebrate?
Ma'am, I cooked double ka meat. Ma'am.
Okay, so you made a sweet for them.
Yeah, I made a sweet and tiger rice, aloo curry.
Oh wow! So special food today.
Yes, ma'am.
Great, lucky guys. Nice.
What about you, ma'am?
I don't have any brothers or any cousins as such, so I don't cel. Never, I've never celebrated the festival, Raksha Bandhan. Yeah. But yesterday I did buy some. Yesterday I'd gone out for a walk. So I bought some nice laddus because now all this festive season is going on, right?
Yes.
Something or the other. They even had Narli Purnima yesterday.
Mm.
So there are a lot of sweets in all the sweet shops, different kind of things that everyone's making. So I bought some nice laddus yesterday. I had one today after a long time. Do they also do something like that? I mean, where are you from, Neha? I forgot, sorry.
I'm from Hyderabad, ma'am.
Hyderabad. Okay. So do you all also have some kind of a festival where they worship the coconut and, something like that? Worship the sea or something? I don't think.
No, ma'am.
Don't
In Bonalu festival is there, ma'am.
Okay.
We don't go to see, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Cool. So Neha, do you want to share your idea about the video? Did you prepare?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
You can go ahead then whenever you're ready.
Mitali Raj has a simple lifestyle. She is a easygoing person. She did not plan anything. Whatever life thrown, she move on that. She said like every day is a new day to her. Always she has looked forward and move on. She gave value to her father's time and money. Then the result is now she is Indian women cricket captain. Really, she make proud of all our Indians. She suggested youth to invest your time wisely on yourself. Understand too. Nowadays, teenagers influenced by some of these social medias, uh, they don't have proper guidance, ma'am. She said like they want proper guidance. Nowadays all people accepted women in all the field, but crime against the women is increasing rapidly. So we can bring change, parents mindset. uh, uh, we can make our children strong in all type of situation. If we did not get the correct partner in our life, uh, it's very difficult. We have to fight against him when we are financially strong or when we are well educated. So women education and the financial independence is must and should.
Right, right. So I think one of the main points she was trying to make was educate to get good education and to be financially independent.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you feel, Neha? Do you agree with these points, or do you have any other points to add of your own apart from what Mithali said? Anything
Yes.
else that you feel similar?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, really, human education and financial independence is must and should. And nowadays, so many members, women educated also, but so many harassments is there against the women. But they are quite silent some of the moments. Why? Because and we are also treated in our engage also. And if sometime, ma'am, if any girl's birthday, we gave gift from that girl only kitchen set. And boys, we bought from a remote car in younger age. Or also uh, we modulate to, you have to be in kitchen like that. Mm, that's it, ma'am.
Right, right. I get what you're saying, Neha. So you're trying to say that from a very young age, from the time a child, is very young, we create, or how do we say, we impose certain kind of ideas on them, right? Like how you said, if there is a girl child, people tend to gift the child a kitchen set, but the boy is gifted a remote car,
Yes.
right? So from a very young age, we are creating that kind of an environment of creating that identity. So you feel that's not good, that's wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, why do you feel so? Why do you think that this should not be the case? So what should people do if not do
Ma'am,
this?
ma'am, as a mother, I also always pray to God. My daughters have a good partner, good life. Why? Because, ma'am, if we are well educated, financially independent, also we did not get correct partner. It's all our waste, ma'am.
Hmm.
In my point of view.
Right, right. But you still feel like it's important that the child has to have a partner. Like, I mean, I was listening to somebody else, some other speaker. So they were saying that, for people to be settled, right? They say that a person is settled only once they get married. A person maybe, even if a person has a good job, is living a good life, and, everything's going well, people still don't feel that they're settled in life until and unless the person is married. And especially for women, they feel that, until and unless a woman doesn't marry, she's not settled in life. What do
Yes.
you feel about it? Do you think this is uh, still valid, in today's day and age? Do you think it's still required?
Ma'am,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, Abhay, good afternoon. I can see that you've joined. I'm just speaking to Neha, and then I can come to you and Sumit also. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Yes, Neha, did you understand my question?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'm also agree that point, and every human being need some of the needs, like if it's either financially independence or anything. I mean, ma'am, we have mothers, so in we have some of. Um, Ayo.
No, that's okay, Neha. So I'll make the question simpler for you, all right? So do you feel that a person is settled only once they get married, or even if they are working or they have a business and they're happy with their life, that also means that they're settled? Can that also mean that they're settled? What do you feel? Is it necessary to get married and only then one is settled in life? Like how they normally say for women, right? that
Yes.
oh, she needs to settle down, or he, even for men, he needs to settle down. Is that still valid? I mean, is it still so important? What do you feel?
Yes, ma'am. Marriage also important, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
When she got marriage only, she gets settled.
You feel that way, that if a woman gets married only, then she's settled. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so you were speaking quite well, Neha, no doubt. You were trying to make your sentences. I've just written down one or two things here. For example, she has made all Indians proud. You can say it like that. She has made all Indians proud. And they need guidance, right? She was saying the younger players or the younger sports persons, they need guidance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, Neha, look at the pronunciation of again.
Again, against,
No, not against. It's one sound, again.
again.
Yes, again. You listen to the pronunciation, okay, Neha? Check it on the Hello English app. Search for the word against, or check it on Google, whatever you want. Search for the word and listen to the pronunciation. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
It's again. All right. And
Yes,
yes, other than that, it was good, Neha. Very nice.
thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Yes, Abhay, go ahead. What would you like to say, Abhay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, I watched the video, ma'am, and I am inspired his video.
Her video.
And yes, ma'am.
Her video, not his. Her video.
Her, ma'am.
Hmm.
Her video.
Hmm.
Ma'am, last time you wrote his video, ma'am.
Obviously, अगर लड़का बोलेगा तो his बोलेंगे, but ये तो लड़की है ना?
हाँ, तो मैम भी आई डिस्क्राइब अबाउट वीडियो, ओनली वीडियो नहीं.
But किसके वीडियो के बारे में बात कर? Whose video are you talking about?
Yes, this video, ma'am.
मिथाली.
मिताली.
तो मिथाली तो लड़की है ना, तो उसके लिए
yes,
हम
ma'am.
बोलेंगे.
मैम,
Abhay,
yes,
did you
ma'am.
understand? एक
Yes.
मिनट. You don't have to rush. अगर आप किसी मैन, जेंटलमैन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, आदमी के बारे में. अभय, कैन यू हियर मी?
हाँ, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
अगर आपने
मैम, I want to say, ma'am, कि I watch the video. Yes, ma'am.
hold on. अगर आप किसी आदमी के बारे में बात कर रहे हो, तो आप then you will say his video. सही है?
Okay.
जो हमने
Yes,
सचिन का जो वीडियो देखा, तो you will say his
हाँ, yes,
video.
ma'am.
प्रोनाउन क्या आप यूज करेंगे? his. लेकिन आप अभी मिताली के वीडियो के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, राइट?
Yes, ma'am. Very,
तो आपका प्रोनाउन चेंज होगा her वीडियो. तो ये मिक्सअप मत कीजिए. ये भी इम्पोर्टेंट है. छोटा वर्ड है, बस बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. ठीक है? तो कैन यू स्टार्ट अगेन, अभय?
मैम, I watched her video, ma'am, and I am inspired her video, ma'am. Ma'am, Miss Mithali Raj is a cricketer, woman cricketer, and he says, she says, he is about his life. It's important to invest your time wisely on yourself to understand that what is the important, and she described about career, how can choose this field in cricket as a cricketer. Mithali Raj says she was lazy as a kid, and she didn't any plan to make a cricketer, but her brother is was a cricketer, and he bought motivation uh, with brothers, and in summertime he start the cricket. He was started the cricket. He started the cricket, and he always think to make better. And when he got a score 100, then next time she wanted to a new time and new score, achieve a new score. And she says the woman life in a sport is a big challenge and a lot of distraction in women sport. Lot of required money, and she was simple. She was financial weak. No, there is no lot of money, but her father think her dad is proud for cricketer, and she did a hard work and a very strong mindset up in this field. She says the people think the women's make independent, financial strong, and not think women get marriage and and don't do other things. But these time people have a lot of resource by internet, Instagram, and other platforms that any person, women learn easily, and do perform better. But in my time, when she was 16, then don't Instagram, don't internet. So very challenging era for him. And I faced a lot of problem and financial problem also. But my thought and I have mind set up to achieve a good cricketer as a cricketer and good woman make a good woman. So I work hard, and during the in the sport, she says in a sport for women is a lot of challenges. No person support women, and in a sport, lot of crime for women,
Okay.
especially educated person also not support to women
Hmm.
who financial weak. Then they have a lot of problem facing in the sport, man. So he explained her life career in this video, man. Thank you, man.
Welcome. Yes, Abhay, good, good. I'm glad that you tried to speak more, but you were not, beating around the bush. You were speaking, you were sharing whatever points, you were trying to summarize it, so good. But Abhay, you have to really keep a check on your pronouns. ठीक है? जैसे
Yes, ma'am.
he, she, her, his, him. ये आपको check में रखना है when you're talking about somebody,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Don't get confused. Try to remember which pronoun has to be used.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Also, a strong mindset. जो आपने कहा that she has a strong mindset. उसके आगे आप बोल रहे थे strong mind set up. Setup नहीं है वो, strong mindset. To have a strong mindset basically. ठीक है? And also for you, singular and plural Abhay. एक है तो woman, अधिक है तो women. Plural form is women. Don't put an S. One woman, more than one women. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. You're on mute, Abhay. I don't know if you can hear me. I hope you can hear what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am. I am hearing, ma'am.
Okay, fine. ठीक है. Also, not get marriage, but get married. Get married. M-A-R-R-I-E-D. Married. Okay. Get married.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Abhay. That was quite good. Quite good.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Anybody else who wants to share their thoughts or ideas on this video? Give me a second.
Ma'am, for Monday task, ma'am.
No, for
What is
Monday,
the task for Monday?
Monday there's no task as such. You don't have to watch any video. If we are having a class, then what you can do is talk about what do you feel like, what according to you it means to be truly independent. Okay. In your opinion, this is the question that you have to talk about on Monday. In your opinion, what does it mean to be truly independent? What does independence mean to you? That can also be the question.
According to video, ma'am.
नहीं, video नहीं, आपके हिसाब से.
Okay, okay.
Can you see both the questions?
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So these are the questions you have to answer on Monday if we have a class on Monday. This is what you can talk about. Talk about your own opinion. All right. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me 1 second. Someone has posted something in the chat box. Irfan, we are all from India. Actually, most of the learners here are from India. I'm from India, if that's what you're asking. All right, cool. So Neha has spoken, Abhay has spoken. Karthik, do you want to share anything? You joined the Zoom room.
And ma'am, on Monday, Independence Day also, ma'am.
Yeah, I know it's Independence Day. That's why we are doing this question. This question is related to independence only, right?
Okay, right.
Okay. Yeah, Karthik, do you want to say anything?
Actually, I know a couple of things about Madali Rajma, which are not there in the video. So, can I
you want to share? Chalega, yeah. Just be a little louder, Karthik. I can hear you, but you're sounding a little low.
Like, I have reduced the volume of my speaker. 1 minute, ma'am.
Okay.
I can raise it.
Okay, okay.
Is it okay, ma'am? Is it okay now, ma'am?
Yes, yes, it's better. Okay, go ahead.
So Mithali Raj is basically from Hyderabad only.
Hmm. Right, correct.
I have watched one video of hers
Hmm.
like a few years ago maybe.
Hmm.
So in that video, like the journalist asked her like, why aren't you married? Like, why didn't you get married till now? So like her answer like shocked me a bit. Like, ma'am, one of the like things happening nowadays is means everyone is just focusing on their career. Like they're not giving much importance to their marital life.
Correct.
So means she said like I didn't find a person who is up to my level. So like
Right.
what happens means, ma'am, like sometimes like they do not find a perfect match for them if they reach like a high level, like the highest level. They, that time means they cannot marry an ordinary person. They need some kind of like a person who match with them, like in all levels, like whether it's related to career or even one more thing is in kind of industries, in kind of fields like sports or movie, means they need to travel a lot. They cannot
Right.
sit somewhere and work.
Mhm.
Actually, they need to move from one place to other place. So they also need a partner who understands this kind of field.
Hmm.
That's the reason we always see that a doctor marries a doctor and lawyers marry lawyer because
Hmm.
they understand the other's profession.
Right, right. There is a better understanding, you can say that. Yes, there is an advantage.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
So that's why means she said like means the partner also need to understand my profession,
Mhm.
and I cannot give up my career if he wants, because I means she said like I want to be in this field only till the end of my life. So means doing something else, not only playing cricket, but yeah. And so many people used to call her Lady Sachin Tendulkar
Mhm.
because of her records.
Hmm.
Like she like played the most one days
Hmm.
in women's cricket.
Right.
Means she has been playing cricket for almost I think 20 years. I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right, right. No, I completely agree with what you're saying, and I don't think it's only for movies. Someone who's in the movie industry or in the sports field, but don't you think it's becoming more common even in with common people also? And I don't personally feel there's anything wrong with it. That
No, no, ma'am.
people.
It's not wrong. What I'm saying, for example, ma'am. Actually, I have a cousin. Actually, she's a like a judge.
Right.
Judge means like a normal sessions judge. I think not high court judge or supreme court judge, like district judge. I think.
Hmm.
So her husband is a software engineer.
Hmm.
So what's happening is she's staying in one place and her husband like works at different place. So
Hmm.
even these kind of disturbances happen in their kind of relationship. Means after some stage they took divorce
Hmm.
because it's quite like the partners cannot understand each other. Means both are at like both are working in a very uh, good field. One cannot resign their job for other,
Correct. Correct.
and
People are.
even it is also not possible to stay at the same place all the time
Hmm.
because we means judges may get post at different cities, they get transfers a lot, and even software companies means they only will be in some kind of cities only, they won't be in villages or district
True.
so means nowadays this kind of culture is this kind of situation is happening around us.
Correct, correct. But if you also think about it, and I'm sure somewhere you would also agree that this is the reality actually. If we think about it, if you think about the number of divorces that took place and separations that took place post COVID, I'm sure you must have also seen everyone
Yes,
has
ma'am.
seen so many people getting divorced after COVID. Why did that happen? People realize they can't actually be with each other. They can't spend so much time with each other. No, but that's
It's
the reality. Otherwise people push each other. Families and society push people together, get married. Everything is going to become great once you get married. But it's not always the case.
Actually, so because of this, I'm getting a doubt. Like, ma'am, in previous, like in earlier days, like only one person used to work in the family, like a male person. That time means women used to be in the house. That time the divorce rates are less when compared to now.
But
So
definitely there were other problems at that time if you also think about it. It's not like the woman had a great life at home. The
yes,
woman
ma'am.
was
No,
suppressed
no, no,
at
no,
it.
no. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like that time, they also struggled a lot. Like my grandmother always used to stay
Yeah,
in the kitchen. She used to cook for so many members, around 15 members or
exactly.
so. Yeah, they face different kind of problems. But I'm saying the divorce rates are less at that time compared to
Because
now.
at that time, if you think about it, Karthik, were people open to something like this? I don't think even it existed. Maybe people did not even know what is the meaning of a divorce. Maybe they wanted to, but maybe they just don't know what it was.
Yes, ma'am. In the morning, actually, I have shared a point like when a person is um, financially dependent on other person, like there would be no other alternative
Yeah,
for them
exactly.
to
Yeah,
stay in that house only, like
very
even after
true.
facing a lot of abuse or some kind of harassment from their husbands also, because they don't
Very
have any
true.
option. They cannot go back to their father's house.
The parents disown the child, the daughter especially. The
Yeah,
parents
yes,
look
ma'am.
at as if, it's like one burden that's gone off. We don't care now. You have to bother with this burden. And if the husband's family is not great and not supportive, then it's hell for the woman. And society is not going to help you in any way. So
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sure it must have been tragic for so many people at that time. What would they do? They would feel helpless, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you're correct, ma'am. And now also, if they're financially independent, they're giving much importance to their career, and these are also kind of spoiling their marital
But why,
life a bit.
but think about it. If a woman is financially independent, okay, she is working or whatever, she wants to focus on her career,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
the man is also doing it, right? Both have to come to a compromise, correct? It cannot be that because you're a woman, so you cannot be so focused or you cannot care so much about your work. It should be like how you were saying, right? They should be equal partners. It should be a marriage of equals. I have a job and I have a life, and so do you have a job and you have a life. So let's find a middle ground. Don't you think that should be the case? And
I agree with
if
you,
they are
ma'am.
not
But
compatible, they are not compatible.
ma'am, you said like compromise means someone should compromise. But the question is, who should compromise, ma'am? For
Both have to
example,
compromise, both man and woman.
ma'am, if like a man has a job, like sorry, if he works, so for example, in Hyderabad, and at the time of wedding, woman has also like a job in Hyderabad, for example. After some years of their marriage, if the like woman gets a job in USA, like their company only send her to USA, then should he like means should she go there for her better
That is
career?
their call. Now you're asking a very specific question. No,
Ah,
the
no, ma'am.
lot of
Like,
think about it, Karthik. If you are thinking of a situation like that, there are many other factors also that come in from both the parties. So
no,
that's a
ma'am.
very case
Actually,
to case scenario.
no, ma'am. Why I gave you this example is when it comes to career, the question is who should compromise. This is the means, ma'am.
Both
Because
have
of
to
this
compromise,
reason,
or
yeah, because
one
of
has
this
to
reason,
compromise.
so many people are taking divorces, ma'am. Like not only this, ma'am. For example, if they want to go to other city,
Correct.
uh, the girl should resign or she should continue her job.
See, I would say, if you ask me now, everyone will have their own opinion. Everyone has a different perspective.
Ma'am.
But I would say, if two people understand each other, then they should know who when one person has to take a step forward and one person may have to take a step back. Right? They have to have that understanding. It can't be like, oh, I did this for you, so you have to do that for me. It doesn't work like that as well. And you have to be in that situation, no? If I mean, tomorrow if you are in that situation or I'm in that situation, only then will we know what to do. But
Yes, ma'am.
you cannot say, okay, in this kind of a situation, the woman does it. In this kind of a situation, the man does it. There is no black and white, I feel. It's a very gray space.
No, actually, my point is, ma'am, in earlier days, women didn't give that much importance to their career. That time also they faced some problems in their house.
Yes.
Now they are giving importance to career. Now also they are facing some issues.
But the problem is, if you think about it, Karthik, this not giving importance to something, for example, not giving importance to work or career, has come from the generations only, right? It is the parents
Yeah,
only who would have instilled that no, you are a person who's supposed to be in the kitchen or who's supposed to work in the field only, and you are not supposed to have a say in anything else. It's come from that thinking. So obviously, the woman would have been thinking like that, although they would have been doing other things. But now the thinking is changing, and there's always
no,
going to be
I'm
some
not saying
factors.
I'm not saying that women should be in the kitchen always. No, I'm not saying that. But means I'm saying what's making this kind of like situation like
There are
that
many
time is
things.
also
That
bad. This time is
women,
also bad.
there are always things that people have to understand each other. There is never going to be a perfect situation, right? There's never going to be a perfect time. That in this this time, it's going to be everyone's going to have a perfect relationship, or at that time people had a perfect relationship. It can't be that way.
Ma'am, can we say like is it because of greed for money?
We can't generalize it, Karthik. I feel I don't know what others would say, but I would say we can't generalize it. For it's not always for money that people do everything. Maybe a majority of them do, no doubt,
Ma'am,
but it's not always money that motivates people. Let's ask the others also. You and I only been talking for a couple of minutes. Let's ask the others who are listening, Abhay or
I
Neha
also
or
I also
Kalpana.
want to point.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Abhay. Yes. 1 second, Karthik. Yeah, Abhay.
Ma'am, can I give my opinion, ma'am?
Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
Ma'am, actually, ma'am, women women have aware, ma'am, and women have been educated this time. Yes, ma'am. And she feel equal to man, ma'am. Means husband, ma'am. So and understand মানে each both of মানে idea of women and husband, ma'am. And I saw a lot of family, ma'am, कि women have got a divorce. Means she left the husband due to higher education of women and a standard of women and many good job. Women working a good job is good job. Then he divorced his husband, ma'am. And other thing, ma'am, lot of family problem also, and not suit husband's family, and this type of issue coming in the family. So get a divorce, ma'am. I think, ma'am.
What are you trying to say? I didn't understand what you want to say. Are you saying that because the woman is educated and has a better job, that's why she's left the husband? What are you saying? I didn't understand you.
Yes. And when these days, women also have educated, ma'am. And
Have
in
educated,
earlier day,
are educated, not have.
are educated, ma'am. In earlier day, women's no
Or kept illiterate.
literacy, illiterate.
Yes. Made them useless.
Most of women illiterate.
Yeah.
So only depend on the husband. But these days, not like this situation, ma'am.
Thank God. Yes. It's not like that.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Correct. Okay. All right. So I think now women have a better situation.
Thank you, ma'am.
They have a better chance at least. They have a better opportunity because of the education.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Correct.
Right, ma'am.
I got you now. Yes, Abhay. Completely agree with you. And this, it has to only get better.
Thank you, ma'am.
There are so many areas where this is not the case. Yes, Neha. Neha, go ahead.
Ma'am, olden days, always men's family dominating the women's family, ma'am. Nowadays also, I saw my sister husband. He did not wish her father-in-law, ma'am. First, he wished him. Then only he said namaste to him, ma'am. He's like daughter's father. Why I should say hi, hello to him? This is really hurting.
Yeah. Well, this happens. Yeah. That superiority complex. There is still people feel superior for some reason. And still even girls' parents also, right? The girls' parents still feel inferior. Automatically they feel inferior. So terrible. I wonder when the day will come when the parents of a girl don't feel inferior. Right. Yes, Karthik, you were saying something. Go ahead.
I want to mention another point, ma'am, which Midali Raj said in the video. Like she said, like nowadays people are not giving importance to women's cricket. So I want to mention one point here. Like, if actually a few days ago I watched the Commonwealth Games final between India and Australia. So that time, like just in 20 balls, I think 25 runs means Indian women's team need to score only 25 runs in just 20 means 20 balls. So they struggled a lot to score that much of score.
Correct.
Like what I'm saying is, if it is in men's cricket, they would have scored that score in just 1 over or 2 overs. So what I'm saying is, even though like girls put a lot of effort, but especially in sports like cricket, they also need some kind of energy, because we get some kind of interest when the batsman hits lots of sixes, or if the bowler somehow makes the batsman scared. So but in women's cricket this kind of scenario is not there. They always play defense, like they struggle even to take some runs in between the wickets.
But that's why the pattern is also different, right? The number of overs are lesser. The
Yes,
pattern of women's cricket is a little different. Physically, they are different, right? How can you compare it like that?
No, ma'am. What I'm saying is, even though it is different, but somehow like people compare, no, ma'am. Like in women's cricket, they are playing very slow, or they're not able to hit fours and sixes like in men's cricket. So that's why people are giving importance to men's cricket, as they enjoy there a lot.
They will give, and they will give importance, because women's cricket has only started, it's been started being given some importance only some years ago. It's not always been the craze, right? Women's cricket as such.
Ma'am, my point is, these kind of sports need some kind of energy. For example, if they want to hit a six, they need a lot of energy and also stamina also. So when
what are
we
you
compare,
saying? Are you saying they shouldn't play women's cricket?
No, ma'am.
That's what I don't understand what you're trying to say. People are more attracted to men's cricket. Agreed. Chalo, I understood what you're saying. Also, you know that the pattern is different. So what do you want the women to do? Hit like Hercules?
No, ma'am. My point is, there was a discussion happened like a few years ago, like women players also need to get salaries like men.
Correct. They need the motivation. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Motivation is correct, but ma'am, we also need some. For example, ma'am, if only few people are watching their matches, then how can they pay that much money? So they also need to understand, like, okay, we are not getting enough audience, so we need to like put a lot, even more effort, and yeah,
Correct, correct. No, both ways it has to work. You're correct. They have to have good facilities. The team also has to understand, how to play better.
yeah,
Even
ma'am.
people have to understand to be considerate and understand how women's cricket is different from men's cricket. It's never going to be the same because they will not be able to have that kind of aggression, maybe. The kind of sports related aggression may not always be at the same level, as a men's cricket match. That may not be the case. So
Actually,
both parties have to understand.
I seriously got disappointed after watching Commonwealth Games final between India and Australia. Means
Mhm.
that score is very less. Like
Mhm.
even then they were not able to like score it. Like
But how is it be? Every match will have a good day and a bad day. Every cricketer will have a good day and a bad day. Do you think it's okay to just dismiss them saying, "Oh, they couldn't score a good score"? Even the men's cricket do
no,
that.
ma'am.
Doesn't a Virat get out on a one and a two and all? Then what do you have to say?
Yes, ma'am. I agree
But
with
when the
you. But
woman is
that
doing that, then we are making it a big point, Karthik.
no, ma'am. I'm not making a big issue. And what I'm saying is the score is chaseable. Like even so many experts said that
Right.
the score is chaseable. But as they were like facing it for the first time,
Hmm.
they were not able to take that much of pressure.
Right, right. So they will learn from it.
Yes, ma'am.
What else can they do? We can't tell them no, okay, don't play cricket anymore because you can't take the pressure or the Australian team was too tough on you. Maybe they need to more practice, maybe they need younger players, more
Yes,
better
ma'am.
coaching, better motivation, so many things.
Yeah, that's my point, ma'am. They also need to put a lot of effort to
Yes,
get the audience attention towards them.
absolutely. They need to put in effort, the sports authorities need to put in effort, but I feel
Yeah,
that stands true for all cricket. Look at what sometimes our male cricketers do. They are also a disaster at certain
only
times.
one more point I would like to add here, ma'am, especially in related to sports.
Hmm.
So many parents are not sending their daughters to these kind of sports because if you observe in a sports like cricket, they always need to stand in the sun, under the sun. So because of
Hmm.
that, they may lose their complexion, and they also need to cut their hair for it. Also means they need to struggle a lot in sports. That's why they are like not encouraging their daughters to go
But
into this
parents
side.
should never be parents only in the first place, I would say. If they are so superficial about everything, I would say they should never become parents. What do you think, Karthik?
Ma'am,
If
ma'am,
this
even
is
even
how
the
they're
girls are,
thinking.
ma'am, even the problem is on the girls side also, ma'am. Like girls are also not like going this side because some of the girls like give importance to beauty, so they also have a feeling like if I
That
stand
is
so
true.
many hours under the sun, I may lose my complexion, I may get some
Very true.
pimples.
Again, you circle it back to the conditioning by society and the conditioning by parents. See, what you're talking about is a very serious topic. What we are talking about, actually, we are fooling and talking about, but it's such a serious and such a deep thing. Like
Yes,
how
ma'am.
Neha was saying, right? Like from childhood itself, the girl is given a kitchen set. Not all families do it, but a majority of families do that conditioning. They give them, very feminine, so to say, things and toys, and the guys are given more masculine things. But I remember I was watching some video some time ago where they conducted this experiment, okay? And there were these little kids, like maybe just 1 year old or something, and boys and girls put together in one room. No parents, nothing, and random toys were placed. Whatever kitchen sets and some masculine kind of toys and all that, cars and all those kind of things. And surprisingly, the girls also went for the other toys that normally are given to boys, and vice versa. And because
Oh,
there's
okay.
no influence, because there was no person or adult sitting and saying, "Hey, this is a doll," so going and giving the doll to the girl, or listen, you're a boy, take play with this. There was no external influence, and the children were playing with whatever they wanted. So if obviously our generations have not done that for us, right? We were conditioned okay, you have to look in a certain way, you have to get married one day, and all that. So it's such a deep thing. God alone knows when this will get sorted. It will take
if,
so
if
many more
we
years.
if we take Arab countries for example, they have put lot of restrictions on their women players, like they cannot dress up like other countries players do, like they need to dress up completely, like so many means what I'm
It's a
saying is these
religious
kind
thing.
of restrictions are there for women from their parents side and from government side, like means every even from means girls have also some kind of insecurity feelings. So what I'm saying is they need to come out of all this and they need to show their real talent.
Very
Even
true, very true.
ma'am, because of these restrictions also we are not getting that many talented players.
Correct, correct. There may be players, some players who may be really good, but they may not be given left by their parents, right? Allowed by their parents to
Yes,
play,
ma'am.
participate. Absolutely. I completely agree with you, Karthik. And I'm surprised, not surprised, but in a way, good to know that, you are, of course, part of the younger generation and you're a male and you're thinking of all these things. I hope there are more people, who think like you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm just talking on like general, not biased to one particular gender.
Gender. I know, I know. I totally get what you're saying, but I'm just saying I'm glad that you are thinking on those lines. You're thinking about those things. Very few people think about all this. So it's so good to see.
Ma'am,
Vishakha
can I
has
add?
raised 1 minute, Karthik. Vishakha has raised her hand. We'll just let her share, okay? And then you can speak if we have time. Okay, just hold on. Vishakha, yes, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Yes.
Okay. So, ma'am, I want to speak on topic that Mitali Raj
Okay.
topic.
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Mitali Raj is a cricketer and woman also.
Hmm.
So there were so many obstacles when she decided to become cricketer. But her father and her family supported her a lot. She is she came from middle class family and she faced many financial problems too. But at that time, many people came forward to help her. So in that video, she said she wanted to say thank you those all who helped her. In addition, she also said that we have to change our mentality uh, for the woman, sorry, for the women. Definitely, the change has come, but not in the field that we want. Uh, there is a change that now people started accept that a woman enters all the field, means in different field women also can do all the things they accepted, but the crime rate against women also increased. So we have to think over it, uh, and yeah, we should change our mentality towards women. Yeah, ma'am, that's all.
All right, Vishakha, yes, well shared, whatever points that Vitali was mentioning, no doubt. And you used proper sentence structure also while speaking, Vishakha. So good job on that. You
Yes,
used the word obstacles, right? Can you tell us what does the word obstacles mean?
a hurdle means ma'am, a bar, we can say hurdles
Yeah,
or
like problems,
problem.
जैसे हम कहते हैं
Problem, yeah.
बाधाएं,
Hmm.
right? Obstacles, perfect. And
Yeah.
yes, that was good. Vishakha, do you have any other points of your own to add, like based on what she was talking? Do you have any opinion about what she was saying?
Yes, ma'am. We have to support our, we have to support our daughters.
Mm.
And we have to give good manners to our sons.
Hmm.
I also think that that is not enough that we support our daughters, but
Right.
we also give some manners to our sons, that
Mhm.
how to act, means कैसे बर्ताव करना है, how to say, ma'am?
Behave. How
Uh,
to behave.
yeah, how to behave with girls and women, how to respect them. So
Hmm.
we should also teach our sons that yeah, respect every girl and woman uh, in well manner.
Very true, very true. You know what you said reminded me of something. So I was reading on LinkedIn, the app LinkedIn app. I was reading an article posted by the actor Pankaj Tripathi. You know Pankaj Tripathi, right? The famous
I
actor.
know, ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am, I know.
I was reading about it was written about his life and how he came to Mumbai and so on. And he has a daughter, a grown-up daughter. So he was also saying
Yes,
that it shouldn't be about beti bachao, beti ko padhao. It doesn't have to only be that. It should also be about teaching your sons to be better human beings. It's the same thing that what you said basically. The same thing that what you said. So you and I completely agree with you that sometimes we're only after teach the daughter, make her a better person, make her educated, financially independent. But the boys also need to be taught how to be better people, how to be good people,
yes.
basically. Absolutely. Completely agree.
Ma'am, since childhood they have seen all the things. Uh, they get more attention, and girls don't get doesn't get more attention.
Mhm.
Girls don't allow uh, out alone. So all that things, um, you know,
All these
they
restrictions and discrimination,
yeah. So
differentiation, basically.
yeah, their subconscious minds grasp all the things. These small things affect a lot on their subconscious mind, and they started to behaving like that. Yeah, it means I am talking about boys. They started believe like that. Yeah, girls should not go out alone, and girls should not do this thing. Girl should not that thing. So we have to train our sons in a manner that he can accept all things. Yeah, girl do all the things, and they go out alone also, and um, we have to trust on them.
Right, right. Trusting. Great. Yes, Vishaka, very good point. So I
Yeah,
think you're trying to say all children need to be treated equally. Just treat them as
yeah.
equal.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, whatever restrictions are for the boy should be for the girls also. And whatever freedom they are given should be given to both the parties, the boys and the girls, right? There are always going to be some restrictions and some amount of freedom when they are very young, especially. So this
Yeah.
treat them equally so that, like you said, otherwise that's a very good point you made, that it
Yes.
remains in their subconscious mind, and then later on they grow up thinking that they are superior than the women or
Girl.
superior
Yeah.
than the
Women.
girls.
Yeah. Hmm.
And it's not their fault also, if you think about it, in many cases, like you correctly said, because it is being created for them like that. So it remains in their subconscious mind, so they feel that they are superior because people have been making them feel that way.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't. Many people, sometimes they blame the men that you are like this, but we have to see who made them like that also. Very true. Good point, Vishaka. This is a topic that I think we can go on and on talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't think we have that much time. But anyways, it was good listening to you. I'm glad you joined. So
Yeah.
yeah, if
Actually,
you
I was facing network issue, ma'am. I joined, but I disconnect again and again. Then finally, I could join.
it's okay, no problem. So whoever, if anyone of you is joining on Monday, if we are having class on Monday, Monday is of course Independence Day. So this is the topic that we'll do on Monday. Okay. If you all can see, I have written the question here on the screen. There's no video to watch. The question is simple. In your opinion, what does it mean to be truly independent? Or what does independence mean to you? That's all that the question is. So you can share your thoughts, your views, your opinions. All right. Cool.
Okay,
Any
ma'am.
questions or anything else that someone wants to share? If not, then we'll wrap up for the day. I think Neha and Abhay were being observers and listeners today. They spoke earlier. Cool. So we'll wrap up then, guys. I think I have also blabbered enough today, so I'll stop. So have a good evening, everyone. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you all next week.
Ma'am,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
have a nice time.
Have a nice day, ma'am. Have a nice evening, ma'am.
Thank you to Abhay. Bye, Neha. Bye, Vishaka.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session. I hope you all can hear me. I've sent the invite to our pro learners. Please join. Just give me a minute. The topic is continuation of the pronouns. The topic that we did the personal pronouns, subject, object pronouns, and reciprocal and reflexive pronouns the other day. So today is another type, which is interrogative pronouns. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes, allow everyone to join, and then start. Monday. Okay. So interrogative pronouns, as the name suggests, is all about questions, right? The questions that we ask in terms of replacing the noun and using the pronoun. So that's what interrogative pronouns are. Just give me a minute. We'll start with the topics, not a very difficult topic, just pretty basic stuff. Interrogative pronouns, we all know, is the 5 W's that we generally talk about. 1 H, how, okay, and the others, that is what, which, where, okay. Here will be the pronouns, so it will be mostly who, whom, what, which, okay. So let's have a look. Soumya, go ahead, read the first slide. Soumya, go ahead, read the first slide, please. Can you hear me, Soumya? Okay, Alpna, go ahead, read the first slide. Guys, can you hear me? Yes, no?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay, Vishaka, go
Hello.
ahead. Yeah, Vishaka, go ahead. First slide.
Okay. Interrogative pronouns. We use interrogative pronouns to ask questions. The interrogative pronoun represents a thing that we don't know what we are asking the question about. There are four main interrogative pronouns: who, whom, what, which. Notice that the possessive pronoun whose can also be an interrogative pronoun and interrogative possessive pronoun.
Correct. Yes, absolutely right. So here we are talking about the interrogative pronouns. So when you ask a question, that obviously is interrogation, right? Interrogative pronouns. Pretty straightforward: who, what, which, whose. Okay. So when you ask questions, that obviously is the interrogative pronoun. Who wants something, for example. Okay. So here, let's say who wants to eat ice cream, for example. Okay. Here, who would be again interrogative because you're asking the name of the person. Okay. What is your name, for example? What would be the interrogative pronoun? Which movie do you want to watch, for example? Or whose car is that? Okay. So these are all interrogative pronouns. Notice that the possessive pronoun whose can also be interrogative, as just the example that I gave. Whose car is it? So here I am talking about the possession of the car. So whose car is it? Whose becomes the possessive pronoun here in this case. Again, would act as an interrogative because you are asking a question. Okay. All right. Ajanta, go ahead, read the next one.
Yes, sir. Look at these examples. Who said that to you? Whom did you say that to? What do you want to say? Which came first? There is one car missing. Whose hasn't arrived? I have found 3 keys. Whose did you find?
So when do we, the differentiation, how do we differentiate between who and whom? Who is the subject pronoun? Whom is what? Whom is a object pronoun, right? So that's the easiest way. So like, for example, let's say, I want to give you an example. So when you talk about who, it often functions as an interrogative pronoun like we're discussing here, which means that it introduces questions that have nouns as answers. So the moment you say, one of the examples here, it says, who said that to you? Kisne aapko ye bataya? So who said that to you would mean that this is introducing a question that have noun as an answer. So iska answer obviously koi noun hoga, XYZ, whatever the name is, right? Now, when you look at the second question, what is the difference? Whom did you say that to? Why can't you use who did you say that to? Whom did you say that to? What is the difference between the first two questions? Why in the first one you use who and why in the second one you use whom? Can someone tell me that? Please try answering. I'm asking a question, so I want you all to respond. So please answer. Try and tell me what is the difference between the first two? Why do you use who in the first one? In the second one, why do we use whom?
Because, sir, in the first sentence, who is the doer? Means he is the subject of the sentence. The answer means when we give answer, who is the subject? Who said that
Okay.
you?
And the second one?
And the second one, who did you say that? And second, you is the subject, I think.
Sorry? Yes, very good. So who is the receiver in the second one?
Yes, yes, sir.
Whom? Whom is the receiver, right? So that's why
Yes.
it becomes what?
Object.
Yeah, it becomes an object pronoun because it's receiving the action. Look at it like this. When the first one said, who said that to you? In this one, you are the receiver. The other person is the one who said that. So that who is the doer. So that's why it's the subject here in this case. In the second one, whom did you say that to? मतलब आपने किसको बताया? So you are the doer and whom, that third person is the receiver in this case. So that's why whom is the objective pronoun in this case, and the first one is the subjective pronoun. Okay, so that's the difference. That's how you differentiate between who and whom. Okay, so just remember that who and whom is sometimes what creates confusion. So just remember that subject and object pronoun. There is a very simple way. I explained that the other day. You know, when you like he and him, आप उसको अगर replace कर सकते हो, so उसको he said that to you, who की जगह पे he आएगा, him did you say that to, whom here in this case is not that. So here in this case it will be the third person. So when you say whom did you say that to, मतलब आपने किसको बताया, so that third person is whom here in this case. So that's why object pronoun. Okay, so just remember who and whom. When you are asking a direct question, like for example, the example that I gave the other day, who mailed this package and to whom was this package sent? This package was sent to him, so that becomes whom, and he mailed this package, so who becomes the person here in this case, which is the action, the doer. Okay, so here, because we are looking at interrogative pronouns, who and whom, both are appropriate here. You need to understand what context you need to use it in. Third question is, what do you want to say? आपको क्या बताना है? So what do you want to say? Again, what is an interrogative pronoun? Which came first, this or that? There's one car missing. Whose hasn't arrived? This is in relation to the possessive pronoun. Whose? Okay, so whose car? Whose hasn't arrived? I have found 3 keys. Whose did you find? So I have found 3 keys. Whose did you find? So here in this case, whose is the possessive pronoun, but again acts as an interrogative because you are obviously using it in a question form. Okay. We just joined. Ajanta, go ahead, read the next one.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Ajanta, you just read. I'll ask someone else to read. Just a minute. Manju, go ahead, read the next one.
Yes, sir. Notice that whom is the correct form when the pronoun is the subject or object of the verb, as in whom did you see? Saw John. I saw John. However, in normal spoken English, we rarely use whom. Most native speakers would say or even write, who did you see?
That's fine. Here in this case, you can use whom, who in place of whom, which is fine. Both are appropriate, but who is fine in this case. तुमने किसको देखा? So here in this case, you can say that who acts as the subject here in this case because you're talking about who did you see. But ideally, whom would be also appropriate because you are the person who is seeing someone and the person who is being seen is the receiver of the action. So that's why whom did you see is also appropriate, is actually more appropriate than who. But because, we generally speak in a very casual way and here in this case is not very complicated, you can say who did you see. Ideally, if you want to stick to the rules of the grammar, then it should ideally be whom did you see, because that is the thing, that is the person that is receiving the action. You are the person who is seeing someone else. So that's why whom would be appropriate in terms of the rules of the grammar. But in formal language, generally we speak like that. So that's why it's mentioned here, who did you see is also appropriate here. Choice is yours. But again, if you want to stick to this, then you could say whom did you see, which is more appropriate according to me. Okay. All right, let's continue. Manish, go ahead, read the next slide, please.
Note that we sometimes use the suffix ever to make compounds from some of these pronouns. mainly, however, whatever, whichever one we add ever. We use it for examples often to show confusion or surprise. Look at these examples. Whoever would want to do such a nasty thing? Whatever did he say to make her cry like that?
Okay, good. So when it says here, note that we sometimes use suffix ever to make compounds from some of these pronouns, mainly whoever, whatever, whichever. When we add ever, we use it for emphasis, किसी चीज पर जोर देने के लिए, often to show confusion or surprise. Look at these examples. Whoever would want to do such a nasty thing. मतलब कौन होगा जो ऐसा काम करेगा? Whatever did he say to make her cry like that? Whatever did he say to make her cry like that? Yes. So these are relative pronouns that are, whoever, whatever, whichever, whosoever, whatsoever. These are used in certain in certain sentences where you just don't know what exactly it is, and to show to emphasize on something, also to show confusion or surprise at times. The thing mentioned here is to make compounds. What is the meaning of a compound sentence? Can anyone tell me? What is the meaning of a compound sentence?
Yes, sir. Two independent clauses.
Elaborate.
Sir, okay, sir. When a coordinating conjunction joins two independent clauses, then it becomes a compound sentence.
Very good. What is a coordinating conjunction?
Coordinating conjunctions joins two independent clauses.
So I'm asking the example of a coordinating conjunction.
Yes, sir. Fanboys.
Or, and, or, but.
Fanboy is acronym for, or. Sorry. Fan, no. For, and,